All right, it is 5:30, so we'll call this meeting to order. Patrick, do you want to just note attendance?
I will.
You call it if you've got a list, but if
I
you
don't
don't
have a
have a list,
list.
we'll tell you our name.
Okay.
Jenny Lord, L-O-R-G-E.
Okay. That's here.
Yeah.
Blake Roberts.
Mark Finneman.
Josh Archer.
Okay, thank you. I'll have a list next time.
And I guess, Patrick, welcome to your first meeting of the EDA, so.
Pleasure to be here.
All right, I'll ask everybody to rise for Pledge Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And I'll look for a motion to approve the agenda.
So moved. Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, and now, consideration of endorsement, the local school referendum. Do we want, Blake, I guess you're taking the lead on this one?
You started it, my friend.
I can, yeah. So a meeting that we had earlier in the month, I brought up the option to maybe look at this. Other cities had done so, Hugo namely, and that's what I put in front of you, is just their resolution that they made. And it was, at the time, attendance wasn't all that, I think it was just the four of us here. So decided to table that till the next meeting. Well, that meeting was canceled. So then, with the election being after what would be our next meeting, I just, reached out to Mark and called for a special meeting. So that's what we're at here. I think personally, we're charged as a commission for economic development, and my personal opinion is that the schools, for a number of reasons, are the number one driver of that. And so I think it's fitting that a board as ours makes a resolution in support of the upcoming levy here on Tuesday. Mark, if you have any other thoughts?
Well, we're so much advocates of the school levy that I'm going to sound like a real strong proponent all of a sudden. But the school is, it's an economic engine that just touches more people in this city than any other engine out there. And so I'm all in favor of a very strong school system. I'm an advocate. I'm hoping we come to a conclusion here that's got a quorum and can get behind advocating it in whatever methods we have available to us from here on.
As a realtor in the community, I've experienced many families that want to move up here, and the first thing they want to look at is the quality of the schools. And for economic development, to get people to move in here, to attract businesses, we have to have a quality school system. We need this.
And I also agree with that, being in the real estate business and the lending side. And I also just want to point out of our EDA mission statement is marketing the city and its assets. And I think our school is an asset. And then creating partnerships. I know we try to keep two separate entities, but I think we need to have a partnership in support of the levy. And I just really want to follow our mission statement here.
So I just want to point a few things out, and not going to go by my own personal opinions, but the four candidates that are all running for mayor all came out in support of the levy themselves, but they also all stated that the city and the school district are two separate entities of government, and they shouldn't be interfering with each other. They can work with each other, but this is a question put forth to the taxpayers. And those same taxpayers are voting, for the city or for the school district, things like that. So I want to put that out there so everybody knows it, that, we have our job, we have our mission. We can work together with other entities of government. If they had reached out to us to ask for support or consideration would be something else, but I don't personally feel that we should overstep our bounds and interfere with whether it's the county, the school district, another city. You know, we're stepping into territory that should be the school boards, not ours, so.
I don't feel any overstepping whatsoever in this situation. I think we as a board representing something that's supposed to spark and promote economic growth and strength has to take note of something like this. Has to become a partner that works with it by advocating for it. So I have no trouble overstepping those bounds.
I'm sure you don't. I'm just pointing out where everybody's at. And, you know, when you look at the past votes, it hasn't been overwhelming. We are here to represent all of Forest Lake. There's two different opinions out there. You know, we are, and, you know, realtors too. I mean, you're representing all of Forest Lake, not business interests, not, you know, personal interests. I have kids in the school too, and I support it, but I understand where my personal position lies and where my duty as mayor or as a representative of the CEDA lie. And I would not want another elected body coming into something in Forest Lake here and saying, you should do this, you should do that. I think we are overstepping our bounds, and I want that noted, you know, before we take a vote, that, you know, we all sound like we support it, and that's fine. But there's a difference when you're on an elected or appointed body and what you do in your personal decisions, so.
You know, the first meeting that we discussed this, you made the point about the city council, because I think that's how it got started. I asked if the city council was going to make some kind of a resolution, and you said no because of some of those same reasons, and I completely understand and I can appreciate that. However, we are, you know, we're not elected. We're put on as a commission. We're appointed, and so, you know, I think it's not overstepping when again, we're charged to try to get development and the economic viability of the city, and I think it's pretty clear, I mean, that the school, you need a strong school to do that. So I don't think we're overstepping our bounds by any means. I can completely, again, appreciate that on a council level, but not on this level.
I guess I don't see a difference between the EDA level, council level. One's elected, but we're still, both boards, or whether it's our park board or, you know, any of the boards, are here to represent the whole population of Forest Lake, not, you know, pick and choose. And that's why the school district is bringing this out for a vote to the population to begin with. So, that's where I'm at with it. I do think they need it, and I do support it, but I don't think it is our duty here to overstep our bounds, and I believe that's what we're doing. We're weighing in on another elected body's business. You know, the Forest Lake School District and the school board, they are elected to do that. We aren't elected to do that. So you know, it's just not our job here to weigh in one way or the other. We can help them out. We do, I think, work well with the school. We've done several projects together. No problem there, but I just think we're overstepping our bounds, and we're not representing all the people of Forest Lake by doing that, because we're trying to use the influence of this board to factor in those votes. And that's on another elected body's job to do, not ours. I mean, it shouldn't be the city of Forest Lake or the school board to weigh in on each other's business, but to try to work together. And that's where I stand on it, so.
I think your point's taken.
And there's a precedent set here. I mean, we probably maybe wouldn't be having this conversation if there hadn't been a large city just south of us that to do something. So the precedent's kind of been set. Apparently they didn't feel like they were being stepping out of their bounds, so.
Well, the precedent was set with them, but then the precedent was also set when, you know, the Forest Lake Council or the Columbus or Scandia or Wyoming didn't weigh in on it.
And that's what's
Because
great.
those discussions were had with all of them.
Well, that's what's great. Everyone can have those conversations, decide which way they want to go. And so, I guess I will call for make a motion here to accept the resolution that's in front of us, that was provided by Patrick, to support the Forest Lake School District levy.
All right.
I would second that.
All right, can we have a roll call vote?
Do we have a discussion at this point?
Or, I guess, well, you
Just
called
a
the
little
vote though, right? You said you
I called,
the-
well, it's,
Are you calling for a
first.
vote, or you're just calling?
No, I called for a first, and you can open it for discussion for a second.
Okay, it's normally when you call it, there's no discussion, but you want to open it up for discussion, that's fine.
Are we cool? Our vehicle for disseminating this information that the EDA assumingly does pass a vote is going to be social media and the networks. You know, where else do we go with this? So when I look at this, it says all the right things, but I'm wondering if it shouldn't be wordsmithed down to something that's characterizes it really clean and quick and gets it into a format that really finds a home out there in the social networks. Otherwise, these are all the things that need to be said. It's just a lot's being said. So my catch is just how we're going to do it, how it looks in the final analysis.
Well, I don't think we can change a resolution without, this resolution has to be presented in
Yeah,
writing,
the
correct?
the resolution's in writing, it's in that form. If you want the resolution changed, that's one thing. How you put it in social media, I mean, you don't have to publish a resolution, you just have to say the board, or the EDA passed it in support of the school referendum.
Okay,
so.
well, it's something to be talked about in terms of what form it takes. If this is how we should do it, then I'm not arguing, I just want us to do it for sure.
Any other discussion?
Well, and then will that be disseminated prior to the 6th?
Oh, yes.
I think we need to make sure that's put out there before the 6th. We need to make that clear. We have to have some clarity on when that's going to be put out in social media.
As fast as we can construct the format and put it out to everyone that has a connection. That's all I see as our opportunity between now and the election, is to get it out there as fast as we can. We won't have a paper, we won't have other opportunities.
So as that's done, I mean, today's Thursday. So we really have two working days to get this done if it passes. So I think we need to have some clarity on when that would be done.
The consortium of realtors put out a wonderful piece that we've been sending out for the last few weeks and updating. We could probably piggyback on that. And it's already made out, and if it all passes, put down that this is endorsed by the Forest Lake EDA. It wouldn't be very simple, I think.
But what is the city going to do to disseminate that and put it on the website?
I mean, personally, I can understand what you're saying, Mark, but in the instance of time here, I would be fine with this being publicly put out by the, us, the EDA, and then the different, whoever social media, the Vote Yes committee or the district, or however they wanted to craft it, that's, I would be open to that too.
Up to others then.
Right.
I have no argument to that, get these paper passed, make it official, and I guess how it happens then after that is whatever force out there wants to take hold and push it.
Well, I think depending on if, if it passes or if it doesn't pass, it's either way, it has to be disseminated. And I think that would be fair if it does or it does not, that we do not support or we do support.
What's in this past if there's been a resolution in the city, how is that, is that something publicly that's put out in what form?
It's published in the newspaper, so it'll be published. Any resolution that's passed will get published in the next paper. Of course, that'll be after the vote anyway, but I don't think there's any,
So social
I mean,
media?
we don't have any real tools to.
The city's Facebook page or the website? That wouldn't
Well,
be
I don't think we're setting a, why would we're doing things different than we would normally. I mean, otherwise, we're passing a resolution. So once it's passed, it's available to whoever wants to repost that, do whatever, but, I don't think we can, I don't know if even legally we can.
Yeah, I don't know. I
promote
think
one
that really
versus
the
the
most
other.
expedient way to do that is to get the resolution that's passed and language into the hands of whoever the pro or against, depending how you vote, factions are in the community, and let them do the work. I think that's your best opportunity, because they're more engaged, and without I don't know social media or the website and how we work that, to be honest with you yet. So I think at this point, it's the best for whoever is interested in whatever side of the issue you're on, to get that word out,
Yeah, and I'm
depending on
pretty,
the results of whatever.
pretty
But I mean, statutorily wise,
I'd have to
there's
check.
one,
I don't know if you have to with this resolution, would it have to go to the board to get it published, but I think if you're talking about what's the best way to get it out if it's passed or defeated, is to whoever the interested parties are, to get it to them and let them do that.
sure. Did I thought, when Josh was talking, but you were gonna add something, or?
Nope.
Oh, you weren't, okay, sorry about that, I thought you were, so. You're so far down there, it's hard to keep track of everybody. All right, any further discussion? All right, hearing none, well, Patrick, can you do a roll call vote?
Yeah, if you don't mind, first names. Jenny,
Aye.
Ben,
Abstain?
Blake,
aye.
Mark,
Aye.
Josh.
Aye.
All right, motion passes. And any further business? Hearing none, we'll look for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second. Okay, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Meeting adjourned.